Have you ever stood before a door you knew belonged to you, yet it refused to open? Have you ever watched others walk freely through opportunities that seemed locked against you? Could it be that your prayer is not the problem, but your lack of the key? Because in the kingdom of God, access is never by accident, it's by keys. Heaven doesn't open to noise, it opens to knowledge. The difference between one who struggles and one who advances is often this. One is shouting at the door, the other is holding the key. Life itself is a series of doors, some visible, some invisible. There are doors of destiny, of favor, of healing, of revelation, and of divine authority. But each requires its own key, and not all keys fit all locks. So the great question is this: do you have the keys to your destiny? Have you been praying for what you should be unlocking? Are you aware that the same God who gives blessings also gives keys to manage them? Before we go deeper, pause right now and declare in faith, Lord, hand me the keys of my destiny. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel for more unveiling of kingdom mysteries. Because heaven is about to unlock revelation you didn't know you were missing. Point 1. Keys represent knowledge and spiritual understanding. I will give unto you the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatsoever you bind on earth shall be bound in heaven. That was not a gift of metal. It was a transfer of understanding. Heaven's greatest treasures are locked behind the doors of revelation. When God gives you knowledge, He has just given you access. You can't command what you don't comprehend. The man who sees beyond the surface will always rule over those who live on it. Hosea 4 verse 6 cries, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge." Destroyed, not because the enemy was powerful, but because they had no keys. A man with keys doesn't beg. He walks into rooms others fast and cry for. Your authority in the spirit realm is proportionate to your revelation of truth. Every time the word of God becomes light inside you, another door opens. It's not more prayers you need, it's more light. Remember this: revelation is the currency of authority. Point 2. Keys are trusted, not thrown. God does not hand His keys to careless hands. He entrusts them to those who have proven faithful in the secret place. Luke 16 verse 10 teaches, "He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much." If you can't manage the key to obedience, you won't be trusted with the key to miracles. If you mishandle the key of time, you won't be trusted with the key of influence. When Peter received the keys of the kingdom, it wasn't on the first day he met Jesus. It came after he had walked, fallen, risen, confessed, and been refined. He had been tested in humility, loyalty, and understanding. So when God hands you a key, understand, it's not a gift of privilege, it's a test of maturity. Some believers pray for authority, but refuse accountability. God will never give a master key to a heart that's still locked in pride. Point 3. Every key serves a purpose, some open, others lock. And the key of the house of David will I lay upon his shoulder. So he shall open, and none shall shut, and he shall shut, and none shall open. Isaiah 22 verse 22. This means divine keys operate in dual authority, to open and to shut. Many want the power to open doors, but few discern the wisdom to shut wrong ones. Not every opportunity is divine. Some doors are traps painted gold. Discernment teaches you when to lock up a season and when to walk into a new one. There are relationships that must remain closed, addictions that must stay sealed, and spiritual attacks that must be bound. The same authority that opens heaven over you can close hell against you. A believer without discernment is like a man holding a master key in a house of strangers. The power to open and shut is not just freedom, it is protection. When you shut a door in obedience, you secure your destiny. Point 4. Keys change seasons. Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1 says, "To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under heaven." But seasons don't change because clocks move. They change because keys turn. Joseph's key was a dream, but the key that opened Pharaoh's palace was interpretation. Esther's key was favor, but it was unlocked through courage and fasting. David's key was worship. It opened the throne of grace. When your appointed time comes, the door won't resist you. It will recognize you. But until the key is turned, you remain stuck in the corridor of almost there. Some are praying for new seasons without realizing they're holding old keys. You cannot open 2025's door with a 2018 key. Obedience is the new key for every new season. Point 5. Keys operate through relationship. The power of keys is not in their design, but in who gives them. Revelation 1 verse 18 reveals Jesus saying, "I am he that live and was dead, and behold, I am alive forevermore, and have the keys of hell and of death." In other words, the ultimate keeper of keys is not a principle, it's a person. Walking with Jesus gives you access to dimensions no ritual can offer. When he becomes your Lord, he hands you keys. The key of peace in storms, the key of favor in rejection, the key of healing in affliction, the key of light in confusion. Every revelation you obey becomes a new key on your ring. The deeper your intimacy with the Spirit, the heavier your keychain becomes. You cannot walk with the Master of Doors and remain stranded outside. Now, let's conclude this message with this final topic: the wisdom of the keeper. There are two kinds of people in the kingdom: those who complain about closed doors and those who study the art of keys. Every time you pray, "God, open this door," he often replies, "My child, find the key." Doors are not stubborn. Believers are ignorant. Heaven runs on keys, not sentiment. Revelation without obedience is like having a key but refusing to turn it. Faith without wisdom is like shouting at a door that already has your name written on it. So today, God is calling you to grow beyond emotion, into understanding, to move from crying at the entrance to walking in authority. Matthew 7 verse 7 says, "Ask, and it shall be given. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened." But only the seeker finds the key. Child of God, guard your keys. Don't lose them to pride, fear, or compromise. Because once you lose a key, you may spend years knocking at a door you were meant to own. To him that hath, more shall be given. Mark 4 verse 25. Use your keys, and heaven will trust you with more. If this word blessed your spirit, type in the comments, "Lord, give me the keys to my next level." And don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel for more mysteries from HeBible. Share this message with someone standing before a closed door, because sometimes what they need isn't a miracle, it's a key. Thank you.